The Mercedes C-Class has got a model year update, and the biggest change that this car has is the discontinuation of the 300D. The diesel is no longer available. What we have but is the C300 in its petrol form. Now this is a 4-cylinder engine, and I'm going to tell you what it feels to drive like, what the changes are, and should you buy this car or the BMW 3 Series. So stay tuned till the end of the video to find out all the information. And if you haven't subscribed to Motoroids already, hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload such videos. So let's get started. Firstly, let's start with the exterior changes. Now you will see that the headlamp cluster has been updated for this model here, and this has been done across the C line. You get this nice DRL here, you get bi-LED projector headlamps, and the throw is very good. You get adaptive headlamps, so they adjust according to the environment. Also, you get this new sporty bumper. You have this black lip right here, gives it a sporty look. You obviously have the grille right here with the stars embedded in it, and you have this massive 3-pointed star which also houses the ADAS radar. You all have this 360-degree camera, and you have these chrome lines which gives it a nice look. Obviously, you have the Mercedes logo right here, and if you look at this color, this is a new shade of blue which replaces the old one. Let us know in the comments what you think of this color. Now coming to the side, the C300 gets these AMG spec wheels, nice black wheels. They look really sporty, and you have this chrome finishing over here in the star shape, which looks really nice in my opinion. You also get these side skirts on the C300, and you have overall the same silhouette as the old car. Moving to the rear, you get a new LED cluster, and the design in this has been completely changed. Also, the bumper has been changed right here. You get a sportier bumper with these exhaust tips. Now, these are just for show. They are not functional. The real exhaust tips are right here under the car. But the tips do look nice. It gives a sporty look to the car. Also, you have gesture control for the boot, so you just kick and the boot opens up. I believe this is the fastest I've seen a boot open with a gesture control, and you can kick again and the boot will come down. That's a very smooth operation. Now let's get inside the car and see what the changes are inside. Now inside the cabin of the C300, you will not see a lot of changes here either. Now if you look at the dashboard, the layout, it is pretty much similar to the old car, except the use of materials and colors is different. But what you do get is a 360-degree camera now. And this 360-degree camera gives you a good view of what's around the car. It also gets a traffic light camera. So whenever you are halted at a traffic light, the camera comes on automatically and gives you a wider view of what's in front. Besides that, you do get this 12.3-inch screen, which we have also seen on the old S-Class. And I must say that the screen, the orientation is really nice. It is towards the driver, and it's very easily accessible while you're driving as well. I mean, if you see, my hand is rested on the handrest right here, and still I can operate the screen. Usually cars have their screens here. You have to lift up your hand and actually stretch out and use the screens, but this is a very nice position, and kudos for Mercedes to keeping this on the C-Class as well. Now you do have a lot of practical spaces right here. So you have two cup holders, you have a lot of space here for your wallet and your phone, and a USB charging pad right here. You'll obviously get the Burmester sound system, which sounds really nice. And another new addition is the inclusion of ventilated and heated seats for the front row. So the driver and the co-driver will get ventilated and heated seats, and they can be operated with those buttons right there. Funnily enough, both the heated seats and the ventilated seats can be put on together. You really don't get a lot of cooling nor heating when both of them are on. I'm not sure why this has been done. So either the heating or the cooling should be on at the same time. But it does make some sound when the system is on. And we've seen that other cars with ventilated seats, even lower down the range, they don't have a noisy ventilation system. And the C300 also gets a USB pack. So you get two Type-C ports right here, two Type-C ports right here, and two Type-C ports at the back. So total of 6 Type-C ports, and they also support 100-watt fast charging. So those were the only changes on the new C300. Now let's get driving and tell you what this car drives like. Now the C300 comes in the AMG line trim, and it gets a 2-liter petrol engine. It puts out 255 bhp of power and 400 Newton meters of torque, and it is mated to a 9-speed gearbox. So that's the standard 9-speed gearbox that comes on all Mercedes cars, and the power is sent to the rear wheel. So yes, you get rear wheel drive on this, and that means you can have some fun while going in the corners, and if you want some sideway movements, can be done with this car. But talking about the car and its performance, yes, it is a very peppy engine. It is very responsive. You just tap the throttle and you will get a move on. And this is in the comfort mode. So you get 4 driving modes, eco. Now in the eco mode, you will have the least amount of performance. It's not very responsive, and I would say if you are driving this car, you should just avoid this mode. The comfort mode is which you're going to be driving in most of the time in traffic, and overall the performance is not subdued in the comfort mode, and that's the mode that you will be driving in most. You will get a decent amount of fuel efficiency as well, and it's easy to drive. The other 2 modes, the Sport and the Sport Plus, are the modes that are meant for added fun. It's mostly the same configuration. Only thing is that in the Sports Plus mode, you will get a different soundtrack from the exhaust. Now, it's not exactly the exhaust, but you get a different sound coming in from the speakers. And I don't know if you can hear that, but yes, inside the cabin, you can hear a more throaty and sporty soundtrack. And it does give you that feel-good factor whenever you are pushing the car. So, of course, if you love to drive, this car is perfect for you. If you're looking for a mid-range luxury car, it is a very good combination of performance and efficiency as well. Now, let's talk about the suspension and the ride quality. Now, this is running on 18-inch wheels, 45 section tires. They are a little low profile, and which translates into the cabin as a very stiff ride, because the suspension also has a stiffer state of tune. Now, if you're on a smooth surface like this and you are gunning the car, you will be very comfortable. The car is pliant. You will enjoy the ride quality. But show it a set of bad roads and you will not want to go hard on this car. You will have to slow down over the bumps and take in those bumps slowly so that the potholes are not felt inside the cabin. The steering wheel also, in my opinion, is a little light as compared to the BMW especially. It's not as sporty. Even in the Sport Plus mode, you don't feel it as heavy as you would want it to be. It weighs up a little bit, but it's not very sporty. It is decent enough. I mean, if you drive the BMW and this one back to back, you will like the steering wheel setup on the BMW. Now, this also gets a hybrid tech, so you have a 48-volt battery system in this car, and that also controls the idle start stop, and it is very seamless. You will hardly notice when the engine stops and it comes back to life when you're at a signal. And not only that, it does give you a 23 bhp power boost when you need it, and the battery keeps charging as and when your driving. The gear shifts are also very smooth. You don't realize when the upshifts and downshifts are happening. Sometimes when the downshifts are happening very hard, you will feel a slight jerk inside the cabin, and that could be a little unsettling. You don't expect something like that from a Mercedes. But on the other hand, if you want to have fun, you have these paddle shifters, and the response with the paddle shifter is really nice. Now the car also runs low, so if you are going over big speed bumps like we have in India, unnecessary big speed bumps, you will have to take care. Otherwise, you have the fear of the underbelly scraping on the speed bump. Other than that, you do on the screen, you have the traffic view camera, which means whenever you are at a traffic signal, the car detects that it is at a signal and it will open up a view here. And the good thing is that the view is wider than what your vision is. So there are some things that you can see from the camera which you normally wouldn't see with your eyes. And that camera is located right here. So the feed comes from here, not the front camera, and which is why it has a wide field of view. Other than that, this cabin is set up so beautifully. You have this nice massive 12-inch screen right here. You have this infotainment display, and this one falls to hand so nicely. It is very comfortable to use. Overall, you are seated in a very nice seating position. It's very easy to get your desired seating position. You have adjustable steering. You have a good sound system. So overall, the cabin experience and the driving experience has been really fun in this car. Now the C300 has been priced at 69.9 lakhs ex-showroom. On road Mumbai, you will get it for around 81-82 lakhs. And in my opinion, it does live up to the pricing because it does give you a sporty drive whenever you want to get behind the wheel and you really want to enjoy driving. This car does give you that. Now its competition, the BMW 3 Series, comes only in a long wheelbase now, which is focused more on luxury and not much on driving. Obviously, it is a very nice car to drive, but it is not as sporty as this one. Also, the Audi A4, it does need an update, and until that comes, this one still is a better car. The Volvo and the Jaguars are not on sale anymore, so they are out of the competition. So yes, in my opinion, if you're looking for a driver's car that you really want to enjoy driving, you want to get behind the wheel every now and then, and you're not focused more on the luxury part, the C300 could be your choice. Do take a test drive and check the car out for yourself. Thank you so much for watching the video till the end, and subscribe to Motoroids if you haven't already. Press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload our next video. This is Vipul signing off. I will see you in the next one. Until then, rev hard, rev free, and drive safe.